Friday night highlights from the first round of the WPIAL football playoffs for 2025. A historic night for Lawrence County, 5-0. All 5 county teams playing on Friday night, winning their playoff game. That means 6 teams are going to be playing this coming weekend in the second round of the postseason. When Wilmington gets off of their bye, and they go right into the semifinals there in District 10. Let's kick things off, taking a look at the Friday night highlights. All touchdowns from all the games going to be shown here on our Friday night highlights here tonight, and we'll start with the big game in Class 4A, the battle between the Parkway co-champs of Newcastle and Montour, and a tale of two halves, to say the very least. Montour controlled the game in the first half. This third down run on the first drive of the game capped off an over 8-minute scoring drive. Brandon Bennett on the keeper on third down and goal, able to punch it in for the 7-0 lead for the Spartans. That was the score at the halftime break. Nothing going for the Newcastle offense. They're able to get a stop after a turnover early in the third quarter, and finally able to connect on a big play. Damian Harrison catching the quick slant and taking it to the house untouched, turning on the Jets. Take a look at that. Into the end zone. Canes decide to go for 2, and they convert, so they take an 8-7 lead over the Montour Spartans. And Damian Harrison also had an interception in this game. It leads to this play here, the eventual game-winning touchdown. Take a look at this one here with extending the play and getting the go-ahead score. Here's Eric Thomas and Tim Continenza on the call.
The mistakes has given Newcastle really life.
Graham going to pump. Now he's going to take off. Lobs it. Got a man wide open. It's Lemon. Lemon is going to take off down the sideline. Collins to beat. Chase Lemon to the pylon. Touchdown, Newcastle. Unbelievable. Chase Lemon and Marino Graham connect, and the Canes have extended the lead.
65-yard touchdown reception there by Chase Lemon, and it was Marino moving out to the left, bringing the defense towards him, and he just throws over top of him, gives it to Lemon, and Lemon just turns on the Jets. Once again, Chase Lemon showing what he could do. He scored a touchdown last time these two teams met. He did it again here tonight.
Nobody out there with Lemon, and
Montour would not go quietly into the night. They drive down late in the game. How about this one? 3rd and goal from the 14-yard line. And Brandon Bennett able to find top receiver Xander Stern. Somehow comes down with this in the back of the end zone with just a few seconds remaining. They don't go for the tie. They go for 2 and the win. Gotta love it, going for the win late in the game, especially playing on the road. Here's Eric Thomas, Tim Continenza one last time on the 2-point conversion.
In front. Motion by Barron. Bennett looks. Bennett going to roll out. Bennett trying to angle to the corner. Bennett slips and he falls! And the Newcastle defense has held! They take the lead. They keep the lead at 14-13. This was a well-designed play. There's the pursuit. And Bennett tried to cut back, and he slipped and fell. And the game for the moment is in Newcastle's favor with 20 seconds to go.
Well, the onside kick will be coming, so you have to recover it.
They would attempt the onside kick. Damian Harrison, great job on this high hop. Beautiful catch to secure the onside kick and secure the Newcastle victory. And that means another Parkway opponent coming up in the semifinals, as Aliquippa got the upset in their game as well. But 14-13 Canes with the win, and another Parkway rematch coming up here in the semis. Plenty of flair for the dramatic also in Class 2A, the 8-9 matchup as Mohawk hosting Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. A 17-14 victory for Mohawk. We pick it up here late in the third quarter, though. Still scoreless here. Scoreless at the half, scoreless here with 3 minutes remaining. Quick pass out into the flat for Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. Ducking and dodging around a couple of tackles for a Tay touchdown, making it 7-0 in favor of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. That would remain the score until about 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Mohawk finally able to put a drive together, and a little play-action pass over the middle. Beautiful find for Joey Nail for the touchdown. tying the game at 7. But that was just the beginning of what was an absolutely insane final 4 minutes of this contest, as our latest Sacred, Hart, throws one deep down the field, juggling, hanging onto it, into the end zone. Goes Minnow for the go-ahead touchdown. Insanity ensues, though, as it's with 2 minutes remaining in the game, the Chargers get penalized. As we take another look at it, the bobbling touchdown, they got penalized not once but twice in the aftermath of this touchdown. They ended up kicking off from their own 12.5-yard line, gave a short field for Mohawk to get down into scoring range and try to punch one in. And I'll tell you what, they did a couple of times. In this play here, a throw, again, very similar. Play action, look over the middle, and able to find Joey Nail for the touchdown. That one was called back due to a penalty, but a couple plays later, Fadden and Nail.
In the shotgun, he's got 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Fadden catching the snap, fumbles a little bit. Now we're going to roll out to his right, looking for that end zone, firing deep, looking for a man. It's caught in the back of the end zone. Was he in? He's in! Touchdown, Mohawk! Huge play by this Mohawk offense. It's guess who? Joey Nail.
Mohawk actually considered going for 2 and then fought against it. Ended up going for the extra point, putting it in. What a great toe-tapping touchdown that was, for Joey Nail. But Olsh with plenty of time. They actually got the ball to midfield, and a beautiful play here as quarterback scrambles out of the pocket. Cole McDaniel able to get his hands on it. King Dan Monaco comes up with the interception with just over 20 seconds remaining in the contest, and some life. All of a sudden, Mohawk thinks they have a chance maybe to do the improbable and get another point on the board and win this one in regulation.
Fadden in the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers to his right and 1 to his left. Fadden catches the snap. Looking, now rolling out to his right, looking for a man downfield, firing downfield. And it's caught at about the 7-yard line. Timeout Mohawk, and they have hope, Ben.
Big play. Joey Nail makes the catch. Just 2 seconds remaining on the clock, as somehow, some way, able to get it in there for a final field goal attempt. And what a great moment for Andrew Lloyd, getting the chance at a game-winning field goal one last time. Here's Tom Rook, Ben Kelly on the call for the final play.
Tom, this is what you dream about when you're a kid. You're growing up in the playoffs, under the lights. It's a cool October night. You're at home, and you've got a chance to send your team ahead in the playoffs in your last ever home game.
Andrew Lloyd, the Mohawk crowd, watching Lloyd for the kick. And Lloyd bangs it through the uprights. Time to celebrate Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Mohawk High School is moving on in the Whitfield playoffs.
4 straight wins now for the Warriors. Couldn't have scripted that much better. A 17-14 come-from-behind victory. All 17 points scored in the last 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the game for the Warriors. It was a sluggish start in the other two-way game for the 6-seeded Elwood City Wolverines. 5 first-half turnovers for Elwood City, but they only, or actually was tied 7-7 at half. This first one for Tyler Eberhardt, keeping himself punching it into the end zone for Keystone Oaks to get things underway for the Golden Eagles. Wolverines were able to respond in the late stages of the first half in a big way. Needed this one here. Great pass over the top for Daylon Curry in the back of the end zone for the big touchdown, tying it up. So even though they had 5 turnovers in the first half, still ended up being tied at 7-7 as the teams went to the locker room. Then midway through the third quarter, good drive from Elwood City, able to capitalize on decent field position, and a quick punch in up the middle for Richard Curtin gives Elwood City the lead. Again, Golden Eagles wouldn't go away, had their best drive of the game immediately following. They go the length of the field, and Tyler Eberhardt calls his own number yet again, this time from 5 yards out tying the game. Actually, not tying the game. The point after no good, 14-13. All Wolverines, though, the rest of the way. How about this one here? First carry of the game for Julian Frisk, and my word, turning on the Jets down the near sideline. You're not going to get him all the way into the end zone. Their great start to the fourth quarter for Elwood City. They tack on another Richard Curtin touchdown run up the gut, able to force a punt late, and then just for good measure, how about another long pass, this one to Dom Hogue for the touchdown. Here's Thad Sturgeon and Brad Winhurst on the call.
Watch the game. Thank you, ladies. Here's Smiley
Oh
back
boy,
to pass.
he's got
his man down there, Dom Hogue. Gets it. Gonna be
Touchdown! That rolled in. That's a touchdown!
Touchdown! As he rolled over top the would-be tackler, 44 yards. Dom Hogue.
That just broke more records.
Yes,
44
it did. I was
yards.
trying to figure that out. As Dom.
Daylon Curie, 11 catches. Dom Hogue, 10 catches. Believed to be the two most ever in a game in Elwood City history. They both now have 94 career receptions. That's a record. Hogue with 52 on the year. That's a school record. Tyler Smiley setting passing yards, completions, attempts, and percentage records for a single season. Just records falling left and right there in Elwood City in that 35-13 win. They will now take on Steel Valley in the next round. Mohawk will also be on the road, taking on traveling to top-seeded Seton LaSalle. Down to Class 1A, a home game for the Laurel Spartans, taking on Jefferson Morgan, and it was all Spartans in this one. Mercy Rule 35-0 victory over the Rockets. Started late in the first quarter. Good drive down the field, using the run game, set up the pass, play action, find your tight end over the top. Ethan Miller here for the opening touchdown of the contest. 7-0 Spartans after that one. Quickly getting the ball back, and how about this long run? Breaking tackles, showing off the speed. Colton Carlson wouldn't get it in the end zone. Tackled inside the 5. A couple plays later, QB sneak, just nice and easy, right up the middle. How about almost felt like an untouched QB sneak for Lucas Santini, doubling the advantage. Colton Carlson would get his rushing touchdown midway through the second quarter. This one making it 21-0. Laurel tacking it on in the second half.
Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Carlson in the slot. Fake to McBride. There's the slant. Complete. Down to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Ethan Hamilla.
Thanks, Lee Moan and Jay Moan on the call for that one. Second touchdown of the day for Ethan Hamilla, and then to cap it off, J.J. McBride untouched to finish it off. A 35-0 victory for the 4-seeded Laurel Spartans, as they now 10-1 on the season. The Mercy Rule was in effect in the other 1A game featuring our county teams. The 9-seed Neshannock traveling to Leechburg and defeating the Blue Devils 49-14 after an errant punt snap. Neshannock, it took them 4 tries from the 1-yard line, but they finally punch it in with number 1, Gina Mazzocco, making it 7-0 Lancers early after a 3-and-out right down the field. Again, go the Lancers. This time, look how long he keeps it in the belly here to Mazzocco before finally giving it off to Anthony Aiken, punching it in to make it a 14-0 advantage. The one bright spot of the game for the Blue Devils was on this long run. Finally, they don't give it to their lead back, Timmy Andressy. Keeper for Jackson Vargo. How about 80 yards untouched? Showing off the wheels as he makes his way down the field for the touchdown. Cutting the lead at that point in half, 14-7. Or 14-6, excuse me, for Neshannock at that point. But it was all Lancers, the ground game in control. Mazzocco again calls his own number here, finds the seam, gets to the outside, just a jump to the left, and then a step to the right on Halloween into the end zone for the touchdown, his second rushing touchdown of the opening quarter. He would also throw a touchdown on their very next possession here. A nice pass right up the seam. Ryan Cameron says, "Thank you very much." Now they'll get off of me on the way into the end zone there as well for the Lancer touchdown. A long drive to end the first half. Leechburg, a 19-play drive, but could not punch it in to end the first half. And the momentum there as if it wasn't enough momentum, Neshannock takes the opening kickoff of the second half, and Ethan Beeman, 88 yards to the house, turning on the Jets here to the near sideline for the touchdown. Another long drive for Leechburg. Then after that, they get down into the red zone. Let's listen to the call of another defensive score.
About 6 of 7 in the second half, throwing the football and make it 6 of 8. It's another interception for Justin Edworthy. His third in 2 weeks, and he's got a convoy in front of him. Look out! See you later! A great drive for the Blue Devils. Goes 90 yards the other way, and Neshannock
didn't have a special teams or defensive touchdown all year, and they got both there in the third quarter. They didn't run an offensive play in the third quarter, as Anthony Aiken got the interception on the last play of the third quarter, nearly took this one back to the house, set up a Griffin Wine 3-yard touchdown run to start the fourth quarter. Timmy Anderson able to get a couple of long runs and one final Leechburg touchdown to end the contest and get him one last in his storied career as well. 49-14, your final score in Neshannock, all over Leechburg in this one. They'll have a date with the top seed, the Fort Cherry Rangers, in the next round. The quarterfinals coming up this Friday. Laurel will take on Chartiers Houston, who upset Southside in the opening round of the playoffs. And real quick, in District 10, Wilmington now knows their opponent, Cambridge Springs, all over Cochranton for the victory in that one. So Hounds against the Spa coming up. That is a Saturday night game. We'll have coverage of that one with our friends with Sports Radio 96.7. Elwood City hoping we'll have video coverage of their contest in the next round with free video coverage as they travel to Steel Valley. The Mohawk game will be a NFHS video stream through us at LC Sportsnet. You'll have, again, audio version for free as well. And unfortunately, we were denied literally less than 1 second. Apparently, that's what it is. Less than 1 second is how we are not permitted to do video for the Neshannock Fort Cherry game and the Laurel Chartiers Houston game. So we will have audio-only coverage that you can listen to for free at lcsportsnet.com for both of those games. Stay tuned. We'll have all the links, all the updates, your previews, and everything going on. Don't forget to tune in on Wednesday for the full preview show, as we will recap again the full week of the opening games here in the playoffs and get you ready for the quarterfinals in the WPIL, semifinals for both District 10 and for the Class 4A game featuring Newcastle and Aliquippa. Till then, so long, stay tuned, as hope you enjoyed Friday Night Highlights here at LC Sportsnet, powered by LCAP.